We're here with Tim after our first game in the FA Cup, and we're on our way to Wembley, Tim. 5-2, brilliant result.
Yeah, it was a topsy-turvy game, as cup football, often can be. Lots and lots of positives to take with the amount of goals that we scored, and we keep scoring. Lots of work to do in terms of the way that we approach second halves, especially when we're in control and things. So that's fine, but yeah, ultimately you've got to get in the hat for Monday. That's what cup football is. I said at the end, I don't care if it's 1-0, 8-6, whatever it is. You've just got to be in the hat. And
but 5-2's much more entertaining.
Well,
Tim.
yeah,
Come on.
Exactly. Yeah, no, very, very, very pleased with all of them again. Just superb.
Yeah. So the story of the game is that on 15 minutes, Lewis Williams scored his first goal for us, and he came across and then just absolutely smacked it in from 25.
Yeah, he's got it in him. He's such a great finisher. You can see why he scored so many goals last year for Andover New Street, and he just needs that chance. And I think he was probably gets that slight monkey off his back in terms of the fact that he's been desperate to score. You can tell that, but he's done well. He's played well, for the majority of the time that he's been there. So you're trying to take that pressure off him. That's what I want to do for these young lads, take that pressure off. But great to see it flying. What a finish! You just want him to shoot from there. You don't want him to turn it down and just take responsibility, and that's what he did.
And then 13 minutes later, it was Cam put a brilliant ball through for him through the middle, and he's just so quick to get onto it.
Yeah, and that's it again, the electric pace. To have that with him, Max, and Joe Ryan, all of them just so quick. To have him, Cam knows he can play that ball, and there's no chance. Keeper, you think the keeper's getting it? No. You think the defender might get? No. Lewis is just that quick, and great finish. Lifted it over the keeper. He knew was going to have to dive, and thoroughly deserved it at that point.
So it was 2-0 at half time. Always a dangerous score, and then I don't know what happened. We let two in.
That's one of my pet peeves in football, that 2-0 is a dangerous score, because I'd rather be 2-0 up than 1-0 up or 0-0. So you're in control at that point, and it's then about how you manage that, manage the game. And I said to them, after we kind of went 3-4-2 up, I was like, there was absolutely no point in me coming in second half saying anything, because everything was about the first 10 minutes, making sure that we didn't give them anything, that we gain control of the game again, make good decisions, and everything went by the wayside, and that's where we've got to get better. That's where we've got to make sure that we come out primed and ready for second halves, especially when we've done so well in the first half, because you undo all that good work so quickly, and then it was just about how we reacted after that. And I think that's what I was most pleased with today, was as well as the quality of the goals, was how we reacted to going 2-2, because I think it took us a couple of minutes, but then we settled down and actually then dominated the game again.
Yeah, so it was 2-2, 54 minutes. This man made a couple of brilliant substitutions, and on 71 minutes, Joe Ryan with his first touch absolutely lashed it into the net.
Brilliant, brilliant finish. He's had 2 goals this year, and they're both absolutely fantastic finishes. But you want, I keep saying, it's a whole squad thing. The boys who come on have to take the mantle from the lads who have come off and kick us on again, and that's what's happened this season. Everyone wants that shirt, everyone wants to claim it, so when they get a chance off the bench, they know that they play well, they contribute like that, there's a much bigger chance that they're going to start the next game. And Joe Ryan, absolutely fantastic, great finish, what a finish, and then to set up the next one as well.
The next one, absolutely, for Lewis. Brilliant. To get his hat-trick.
Yeah, and lovely to see someone get a hat-trick. Doesn't happen to us very often, but then that's because we haven't scored enough goals, whereas that's kind of changing a little bit now, and thoroughly deserved it. He almost came off a few minutes before, but again, it's just that mentality of going again, and someone getting in the box wanting to score, getting across his man, Joe Ryan, taking people on and having the foresight to put the ball on a plate for him. Just fantastic to watch.
And then the final goal, 91 minutes, Fletch. What a striker's goal that was.
I know, we've had some good goals today, haven't we? With Joe and Lewis's first and Fletcher's goal as well. Absolutely fantastic. But Fletch, it's a hard life sometimes as a one up front, especially on a windy day like this, and he gets himself squared up with the defender, and that's when you want him to be positive and take him on and have a go himself, and that's exactly what he did. And he was almost off balance a little bit when he hit it, but just fantastic to see it keep curling and nestle in the top corner. And I think it was just desserts in the end for other than a sort of 10-minute period. I think we dominated the rest.
Yeah, it was really good. We struggled a bit to score goals last year. Today we had 17 goal attempts and converted 5.
that's good effort as well. And like I say, they're not all easy chances. So, and even you look at some of the others, we could have taken the others as well. I think Lewis will be disappointed maybe to miss one of the others. And yeah, we had a lot of good chances today. So great to see Lewis get his hat trick, and fair play to Bishops Cleeve. They're a classy club, except for one person on the bench, but they gave him a match ball, and it's something for him to look back and really savour his first hat trick for Wimbledon.
So we're into the draw for Monday. Do you fancy anyone?
Just nice to be in the draw, Graham, to be honest. It'd be nice to have a home draw. That'd be great. I think we've got to this stage in each of my seasons as manager, so we want to go further now. We want to try and get ourselves towards that first round proper a bit more, and actually go on a proper cup run. Today, could have been a banana skin. I said to the boys at the end, I think a lot of people would have looked at it and gone, still a young squad learning, playing against top of the league and the league below, away from home with a long journey. Real banana skin. You look what happened with some other results today. So fantastic, brilliant mentality for them to come through it. And it's always exciting to be in the draw at 1 o'clock on a Monday.
So the next game we've got is another long trip next Saturday away to Berkhamsted. But Tim, fantastic today. Thanks ever so much for chatting to us.
Thank you.